Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, looking at the bigger picture for anybody who's new on this channel, we still have a situation where price moved up in a potential wave 1, is now coming down in a wave 2, and the third wave breakout to the upside can take us to 40k plus. Condition is that the 26,280 level is not broken and price does not sustain below that level. A brief break below that level would not be a problem, but we talk about sustained breaks here, okay? So that level needs to hold, then we can get a third wave breakout higher. That's the main setup. Anything that happens on the lower timeframes, lower degrees, is a little bit more fragile. That's just something that needs to be understood because we deal with a correction here. So we always need to free ourselves a little bit from the predictive mindset, go a little bit more into, okay, let's see what happens. But of course, there are some structures we can track on the lower time frames as well. There is the potential that there is already a direct breakout to the upside, that Bitcoin already bottomed on Tuesday, the 1st of August. Do I believe that? Not really. Nevertheless, short-term upside potential is there, and we're talking about that now. So the yellow wave count purely shows what it needs to show us for me to confirm to you that price has indeed bottomed and formed a lasting low on the 1st of August. We need to see a 5-wave move up in yellow, followed by a 3-wave pullback in an ABC structure. This is what we need to see. 5 waves up, 3 waves down. That could happen in some kind of a diagonal. It would need to be a diagonal, yeah. And that's, to be honest, a little bit ugly, but it would happen something like that. I haven't adjusted the waves accordingly, but probably an ascending wedge pattern of some sort or so, yeah. Now, I don't believe this wave count, and I don't consider it really reliable until we can see all these 5 waves, okay? Now, you will say, okay, until when you see the 5 waves, then it's already done, right? But that's not the point. The point is that we're waiting for a confirmation that a low has been achieved. We only get that after 5 waves up, and if we get those 5 waves, then we can look for the next pullback trade setup for higher, and that would be the ABC structure. But I can't do that without having those 5 waves. So that's one thing, that's what we're looking for. And if we then look at the white wave count, which for me is still the primary scenario, the leading wave count, this indicates that we haven't got a bottom in place yet, that we're going potentially a bit higher in the B wave. Maybe the B wave is already in, but there is a potential that we get a higher B wave before we come down, because in the white wave count, another low would be still anticipated. Either way, you know, regardless of if we go a little higher short term or not, as I said many times in previous videos, I would prefer a higher B wave for a few reasons. First of all, it would give us some more clarity where we are, because it would give us a nice corrective high in a B wave, W, X, Y in wave B. Yeah, in which the Y wave is another A, B, C. And if we get that higher B wave, then the C wave down would have more space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's what we want, ideally. Now, the B wave could already have topped, but I can't tell you that without seeing a break below 29k. It is quite interesting that the price again reacted to our support area here and seems to be reversing now. So that's what these are for, essentially, these support areas. It reversed again where it needed to. And we have additional confirmation. We have additional confirmation that this higher B wave is playing out if price can break above 29,990. So we talk about 30k level basically. If we get a sustained break above that level, then we could get a higher B wave. Until then, we have to expect also B wave might be finished. This is just unclear, right? B waves are uncertain, we know that, but we have the Fibonacci levels that can guide us. So for anybody who was looking for a potential long trade, this was the area to do it, even though this is, of course, an uncertain setup, especially trading within a corrective wave. But this is where, to give us that higher B wave, price needed to turn around, and now it needs to break above resistance. Bear in mind, we also have a trend line here that might provide some more resistance. If we get rejected in the red resistance area, this might already be a 1-2 setup to the downside, which could take us down further below. So these are the parameters you need to pay attention to. There seems to be a bit of optimism in this week in the crypto market. A few altcoins are turning around where they need to, according to our setup. For example, Fetch AI, VeChain seem to be short term showing some strength, right? Yeah, those are the things we see. Quant isn't moving at all, as we know. But yeah, it's going to get interesting. But I would see this primarily, first of all, as corrective upside in the B wave, and it could be an impulse, because if it's an ABC structure higher within the W wave of B, this could be impulsive. But first of all, it needs to break above resistance, and then it could take us into the 31K region, this higher B wave. Resistance for the higher B wave goes all the way up to around about 31.5K, but I'll bring that onto the chart again if we get a break above 30K. Strategically, if we get up there, I will take some more profits with a look to potentially buy back a little lower. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.